Welcome once again to Ranger Danger Dino Charge. This is the podcast where we're holding out for a hero till the end of the night. But he's got to be strong, he's got to be fast, and he's got to be fresh from the fight.
We do need a hero, Matt.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, great. I got it right for once.
Well, kind of.
This is the podcast that we do.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not really.
Oh.
I mean, we do. I wouldn't mind a hero.
Okay.
But that's the plot of today's episode of Dino Charge.
Oh, Power Rangers Dino Charge.
That's the podcast we actually do.
That's right.
Yeah.
We watch episodes of Power Rangers Dino Charge and then afterwards we discuss it.
Yeah, that's more correct a description.
And this week we're going to be watching episode 19 of Dino Charge, or 806 of Power Rangers overall, and it's called Wishing for a Hero.
Yep.
That's where I made my mistake.
Yeah.
Easy to do.
Yeah. So the Power Rangers are holding out for a hero.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's actually quite relevant.
Yeah.
I was almost on the money this week.
One day you'll just be correct.
One day.
Yeah.
Yeah. My name's Matt.
Michael, hey guys.
And we're going to be watching that episode soon. Before we do that, though, I do have to tell you about our interweb website. That's www.rangerdangerpodcast.com, where you can find show notes, our Ranger Danger creature feature, and all manner of cool stuff. If you want to send us an email so we can read it out on the show, that's rangerdangerpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to send us a Twitter tweet, which we love Twitter tweets, we're at RangerDcast on Twitter. We're also on Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, and Google+. Plus, we have a shop. That's rangerdangerpodcast.com/shop, where you can buy things and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Now,
there's no real news to talk about this week.
Yeah, normally we talk about something before we start the episode, but we may just watch an episode today.
I would like to talk very briefly.
Yes.
We're 2 real episodes from the end of Dino Charge.
Yeah, so that's 2 and a Christmas special?
Yeah, so there's this week, 19.
Yep.
Next week will be the Christmas special.
Yep.
And then the week after that is the season finale.
Wow. Do you think the Christmas special will be in between those episodes in continuity?
It's going to be an interesting one, isn't it?
It's just very weirdly placed to have a Christmas special one episode before the finale.
Yeah, my actual real worry is that it's set after the finale.
Yes.
And contains some
Spoilers.
sort of spoiler.
Yeah. Can you imagine if the Doctor Who Christmas special was between last week's episode of Doctor Who and the season finale?
We talk about last week's episode of Doctor Who on this podcast.
I could talk about that forever.
What a great episode of television.
Yeah. Because I love mazes, I love puzzles,
Yeah.
I love traps, I
You
love
love Doctor
castles,
Who?
I
You
love
love
Doctor Who,
castles?
I love compelling reason, like narrative reasons to be in a maze.
You love stories about birds?
Not so much.
Well, alright then.
I like Big Bird.
Who doesn't like Big Bird?
You have to be kind of a dick to not like Big Bird.
Yeah. Would Power Rangers be good if they were Muppets? I mean, look, okay, let me rephrase that. Power Rangers would be the greatest thing in the world if they were Muppets.
Yeah.
But would Power Rangers Muppets be any good? Because they wouldn't be Muppets.
Yeah.
There's no way Saban is splurging on Muppets. They'd be like home brand puppets.
Yeah, so they wouldn't be Muppets.
No.
If they were Muppets, it would be great.
Yes.
But that would involve, by definition, the involvement of the Jim Henson Company.
Yeah, and that just would make them good.
Yes. Power Rangers puppets, I think for an episode, would be pretty good.
If they just did one episode where one Power Ranger was turned into a puppet.
It could be a Power Rangers Angel crossover, where they watch Smile Time.
And then he did like a puppet morphing sequence.
Yes.
And morphed into like a puppet Power Ranger.
Yes.
And then summoned a puppet Megazord.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
It would be very good.
That would be very good.
Yeah.
Would the puppet you know how like Muppets are not as tall as a human being?
Yes.
Would a puppet Megazord be like half the height of a giant monster?
Oh, I think like a quarter of the height.
Right.
And it would have to like climb onto its back and bop it on the head.
No, shut up, because that's the greatest thing in the world now. Even if this is the best episode of Power Rangers they've ever made,
Yeah,
it's
not gonna
not
top
better
that.
than Muppet Power Rangers.
No. Keeper would be played by a person.
Oh god, Keeper and one of the Power Rangers swap Muppetness. Muppitude.
I'm not comfortable calling Keeper a Muppet.
No.
Because he's not that
He's
good.
not even really a puppet.
No.
I mean, he's basically a person in a shitty Halloween mask.
Basically, yes. But that would be pretty funny.
Just keep his mouth move.
No.
His eyes, like, blink.
Kind of, yeah. He's a bit shit.
He's a bit shit.
I know we say it every week, but he's a bit shit.
He hasn't even done anything shit this week yet.
And I'm already angry at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. At least Sledge has an interesting physicality about him.
Yeah.
Like, it shits me off that his face doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But he kind of moves in a way that's quite characterful.
Yeah.
Even though that's not a thing.
I don't know when the last time Power Rangers had, like, a human villain was. I know RPM had at least one.
Yeah.
But I know Megaforce didn't.
Yep.
I don't know if Samurai did. Especially now that they're, like, shooting all original villain footage all the time.
Why not just have a dude?
Why not just have a dude?
Yeah. And you can still have the others be, you know, faceless creatures.
Yeah.
You can still have Poisandra and Fury and shit, but just have a dude.
Have a dude.
That's our wish for this episode.
Yeah.
Is just have a dude.
Have a dude.
Yeah. Cool. On that note, let's go watch Wishing for a Hero, and we'll keep wishing for a dude.
Phrasing?
No.
Okay. It was a weird one.
It was a weird one. Definitely not my favourite.
Yeah.
By a long stretch, actually.
Sure.
But it was super weird. Super, super weird that in the episode about wishing, our wish came true.
Yeah.
The thing that we explicitly asked for
Yes.
moments ago to your ears happened on the episode.
And that we got to by a weird tangent via Big Bird.
Yes. And it might seem to you, listeners, like we staged it, but I can promise...
We're not that good.
No, it just happened.
Yeah, but at the same time, what a strange, like, whole bunch of things happening at once and...
Yeah. Let's take it from the top and we can go through it all.
Yeah, okay. So, Kendall's walking downtown
Yes.
near the stadium that we've seen a bunch of times before.
Yep.
And as she walks past, like, some sort of construction,
Yep.
like a pallet of bricks swings and nearly hits her.
Yeah, there's some construction guys pulling on a rope, lifting the pallet, but the rope snaps.
Yep.
And the pallet comes swinging on the crane towards her.
I would imagine that in construction zones,
Yes.
things like that are probably held with, like, 2 ropes,
Yes.
just in case.
And they're generally also fenced off or, like, roped off for that reason.
Yes, to stop regular human beings who run museums from just walking through them.
Yes.
Yes. So Kendall's about to get hit by probably a literal ton of bricks.
Yes.
A dude swoops in and saves her.
What a hero.
But her bag goes flying.
Yep.
And the energem falls out.
Yes.
And so he's all like, sup?
So he picks up the energem. Nothing happens.
No.
And Kendall has a moment of thinking, oh, you're my hero. But then he asks for money for saving her.
Yes.
And she slaps him with a bag, which is appropriate in that situation.
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
So he's not a hero.
Like, when because he leads up to that with, like, I got to get something for being a hero.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to be like, you want to go out sometime?
Yeah.
And that would be like, you know, that's an appropriate kind of reaction. Like, it's
that's
still
super
a
sleazy.
little sleazy. Don't
and
get me wrong.
exploitive of the situation.
Oh, I understand that, but like, it's somehow even less sleazy than like, can I just have some cash now for saving you? I think.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Yeah. If it's like, as an aside, like, oh, you're welcome.
Yes, so
by the way,
I definitely don't think I would phrase it as, well, now that I've rescued you,
Yes.
We could go back in time and I can let you die.
Yes.
Or you can go out with me.
yeah, you owe me a
The
date.
thing that makes it like a creepy threat, which is like, if you don't, I may not save you in the future.
Yes.
You know, you'd have to phrase it as like, hey, also coincidentally.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a cute dinosaur lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the best kind of dinosaur lady.
Yes.
It turns out that all the construction people are Power Rangers.
Yes, and they're not constructing anything at all.
No, she's staging this.
Although they are constructing an elaborate false scenario.
Yes. She's staging this setup to try and find an appropriate Purple Ranger.
Yes.
she should know that it wasn't going to be that guy because he wasn't wearing a purple shirt.
No, she just needs to be looking for people wearing purple clothes. Yeah.
That's the only time to cue it. I mean, otherwise, what's the point?
So in this scenario, we've got Koda driving a crane.
Yep.
Now, I'm on the record as being a big Koda guy.
Yes.
Really enjoy Koda. Think he's the bomb.
Yep.
I wouldn't trust him to drive heavy machinery.
No, he's a caveman, Matt.
Yeah.
He's an actual caveman.
Yeah. I don't think he's qualified, is what I'm saying.
Thinking about it, the only person who I'd trust with a crane is Riley.
Oh, 100%. Riley would be the most safe and conscientious crane operator.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is they seem to be snapping ropes every time they pull this off.
Because we see a montage of them trying it a bunch of times.
Yeah. And how are they making the rope snap every time?
They must go through a lot of rope, too.
And that's fine, but you can't make a rope snap like that on cue.
Do you saw through, most of the rope, but then how do you trigger it to snap?
At the right time when someone's walking past.
Yeah.
All they needed to do was make it we've lost control of the rope. It slipped through my hands. But no, it's a snapping rope every time. Bizarre.
Yeah. Alright, so someone else saves her. He shows off his guns.
Yeah, it's like a huge dude.
It's a huge dude.
Absolutely ripped. Koda looks at him, looks at his own flexes, and then looks sad.
I think we can all agree. Koda is the sort of dude that it's okay for me to look at him and be like, yeah, I'm sad in comparison.
Yeah.
This dude is the equivalent level of fit
compared
to the people who are playing Power Rangers.
Yes.
What an enormous person. But he's wearing a yellow shirt and is a bit of a dick, so it's not going to be him either.
No.
So they're talking about how the Energem is dangerous.
Yes.
Because it's not bonded to a person.
Yeah.
There's no, Power Ranger restriction on it.
Yeah.
So it's really just a source of power.
Yes.
So they better find someone quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Before a monster comes along and steals it.
Speaking of...
It's Wishstar!
Fury first is just standing meters from them. Not behind... he's behind a thing.
Yeah.
But can see them so they would have been able to see him.
Yeah, they don't though.
No. And so he's like, the purple Energem's not bonded to anyone. Well, time for me to give it a go.
Yep.
Before we get on to his plan and Wishstar...
Yes.
It's interesting that, given that we're pretty sure that Kendall's going to get the purple Energem, it's interesting that she doesn't appear to have considered that as an option.
No.
And I wonder if that's just because she clearly handles it and it didn't bond with her instantly.
Yes.
So she was like, well, it's not meant for me then. But she also hasn't... I mean, you could argue that arranging the Power Rangers is a heroic act.
Yeah, she certainly helped and saved people before.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think maybe it's a situation where, for her, being heroic is being brave enough to believe in herself and believe that she can save people and be a Power Ranger.
Yep.
And that's what'll trigger it. Or it could just not be her.
It could, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
But, why are we sure again?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Because she is a main cast member.
Yes.
Has done fighting type things with a shovel.
Yep.
Which only Power Rangers do in this show.
Oh, also the purple Sentai Dino Charge Ranger was like a science lady, I think.
Okay, her being a lady certainly helps the case because there are no other women on this show.
No, but at the same time, there's not many other men as well.
That's true.
And there's probably going to be at least one, maybe two other male Power Rangers.
Yeah. So, it could be her, but it also couldn't be. There's a possibility that's just not her.
Yeah, because, judging by the end of this episode, that may not happen this season.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be shocking if next season introduced a new female character and it was her.
Yeah. That's a weird one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wishstar.
Yes.
Matt, what's Wishstar's power?
He makes wishes and they come true.
Yeah.
So he's basically the children's TV version of the Purple Man from Jessica Jones.
Kind of.
because he just looks at someone and he's like, trip over, and they trip over.
Well, he has to write it down.
Yeah, so there's a bit of like a small time gap.
Yes.
But otherwise, functionally...
He certainly never takes it anywhere near as far as David Tennant does.
No, he doesn't say put a bullet in your brain.
No, or like dismember that other fellow.
Yes.
Or any of the other horrible things that happen. We should say... It's not appropriate for a Power Rangers audience, but Jessica Jones is great.
It's so good.
So good.
I'm so sad that there's no more of it, which is our fault for binging the whole thing.
We did it in 2 days.
In 2 days.
We did Daredevil in 1 day, and that was dumb.
That was too much. That was bad for my health.
Yeah.
But now I'm sad that there's no more Jessica Jones.
Yeah, it's alright. Luke Cage next year.
Yeah.
Sweet Christmas.
Sweet Christmas indeed.
I hope it comes out at Christmas time, so all the promos are him with a Santa hat.
I don't, because it's a long time to wait.
Yeah, but we'd get something else in between. There's a Daredevil season 2.
That is true. They're filming that.
Anyway, that's not at all related to this. We should have a separate podcast for that we only do 2 episodes of a year.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so he writes wishes on cards.
Yep.
The wishes come true.
Yep.
And for some people, they have drawbacks, but I think that's like a specific magical thing that happens, not part of his deal.
That is not super well explained.
Not hugely, no.
No. We'll get to that.
So, Wish Star is like, oh, there's a purple energem. If I get the purple energem, I can go free.
Yep.
And Fury's like, nah, I'm going to get the purple energem. And he's just like, right, well, Fury frees. Fury freezes and he runs away.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I wrote down a note later in the episode. If he'd just written die
Yes.
and thrown it at one of the Power Rangers,
Would that work?
Does that work?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
someone writes explode,
Yeah.
and it doesn't make the person explode.
Yeah.
It makes the things around them explode.
Yep.
But, like, if everyone around you died, that's still a pretty big deal.
Yeah. That's what I mean about him being potentially like a Purple Man level threat.
Yeah.
Like, what seemed to stop him from writing like get cancer on
Oh, boy.
a card or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's a terrifying thought.
We're really lucky that he only uses it for more or less, like, comedy slapstick purposes.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
This is what I'm saying.
All right. So, Wish Star runs away.
Yes.
The Rangers, after Kendall gives up, basically, it's
Yep.
just like, all right, this is not working, which is fair enough because it clearly isn't.
Yes.
So they're walking like back through the park, and they walk past a fortune teller lady.
Yeah. It's part of Power Rangers' long history of weird fortune teller ladies.
Yeah, this isn't the Maori lady from like episode 3.
No.
It's a separate Maori
whatever
fortune teller
the strange
lady.
one from Mighty Morphin was.
Oh, Madam.
Something.
Someone will write an email and tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's got wish cards on her table. It's never made clear, like, it's like a stall, what she's got.
Yeah.
But she doesn't ever charge anyone for a wish card.
No, it kind of seems like she's just doing it out of the goodness of her heart.
Maybe the wish cards are like the lost leader. Like, she's like, they're index cards. They cost her 30 cents.
Yeah.
So you come, you write a wish, you put it in, you're at the table now. Maybe you buy a bracelet or whatever.
Yeah.
So we should say everyone's there except Tyler and Shelby. They were not involved in this shenanigans. I'm not sure why. They're just off doing some other stuff.
Yep.
So Riley's like, yeah, wishes. That's some straight up bullshit.
Before we get to that, we should say that Wishstar does indicate in some way that he has tampered with the wishes.
Yeah, he does like wish magic on the cards.
Yeah, so that they will be bad wishes ultimately.
Yes.
So the Rangers will get their wishes if they use the wish cards, but then it will come back to haunt them.
Yeah, they're classic monkey paw wishes.
Yes.
Although, I mean, none of them are anywhere near that well thought through.
No.
But, yeah, so Riley's like, fuck wishes, it's all some superstitious bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think he says that he's not that superstitious, to which Koda says he is that super squishiness.
I love Koda so much.
I just love Koda.
Like, it's so dumb, but I love it so much.
I wish I could explain why it's the kind of dumb that I love.
Yeah.
And other kinds of dumb are not the kind of dumb that I love.
I think because it's so earnest.
Yeah.
Like, it's played with such goodwill
Yeah.
and just good-naturedness that I will buy into it every time.
Sure. So Koda puts his wish in, everybody else puts a wish in.
Yeah.
And Shelby and Tyler walk up.
Yes.
And Shelby's like, we were just at lunch, Koda, I got your burger.
Yes.
And Koda looks at her with pure shock.
Yes.
And just like, that was my wish.
Yeah, shock and unbridled joy.
Yeah.
Like, his life has just been made because A, he got a wish and magic is real.
Yeah.
But B, more importantly...
That wish was for a burger.
Yeah.
Which has now been made itself present.
Now he has a burger.
Yeah.
And all is right with the world as far as Koda is concerned. I think that's part of why I like him so much, because he's able to find joy in the simple pleasures of life.
Yeah. I mean, Riley instantly goes, Koda, you always want a burger.
Yeah.
Like, statistically, you would have gotten a burger sometime in the next 24 hours.
Yes.
That's not particularly magic. Koda does not give a shit because he has a burger.
Yes.
A cute skate girl walks up.
Yep.
And he's Chase talking and says, are you from New Zealand? And he's like, I am from New Zealand. And she's like, that's totally hot.
Yeah.
The sentence, he says to her, do you want to go to the skate park? And she says, as long as you keep talking,
Yeah.
which is absolutely the sentence that Chase would want to hear a girl say to him.
Absolutely. I really enjoyed this scene.
Yeah.
Because, of course, Chase's wish is for a cute girl. And, of course, that in itself isn't enough.
No.
It has to feed into his narcissism.
She has to be a cute girl who's into skateboarding.
Yes.
And wants nothing more than to hear him speak constantly.
Yes. It's really great.
Yeah, it really is great.
So, of course, he immediately goes to the skate park.
Oh, just fucks off. Fucks right off.
Drops his Power Rangers responsibilities immediately.
As he has done many times before.
Yeah.
He is consistent.
Yes. I really like him as a character.
I really do. So everyone else makes a wish.
Yes.
And then they all we go to space.
Yeah. I would just like to say that Riley and Kendall, to a lesser extent, get very, superstition, which is fine, but in this universe, it's really not that
Yeah,
far
they've got
fetched.
magical rocks that turn them into superheroes.
Yes.
Like, they hang out downstairs with a dude who is definitely some sort of alien magical monster
Yes.
with a magical staff who can teleport.
Yes.
And also has been alive for billions of years.
Yeah.
The idea that you could then go, but all magic is clearly false.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's a strange position to take in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I buy that you have, a level of skepticism, but if no one's wishes had come true, you'd be like, no, wishes aren't a thing. When you then watch two people's wishes come true literally in front of you,
Yeah.
I'd at least be considering it.
Yeah, you'd take a moment to maybe I should take this a little more seriously.
Like, maybe this is some sort of horrible monster plot.
Yes.
As it often is when strange things happen to us.
Yes.
As it is this time,
Yeah.
in fact. So in space,
Yep.
Sledge is upset that Wishstar has disappeared because he says his employer will pay 40,000 space bullion for Wishstar.
Yes.
Is this the first time he's mentioned, his employer?
Yeah, I think before it was just kind of
He was like a bounty hunter who hunts bounties for...
Yeah, which is weird because he's a bad guy, and bounty hunters aren't really bad guys.
Boba Fett was a bad guy.
Yeah, but within the context of that world, he was working for the government.
Yeah, sure.
So, and I don't get the feeling that Sledge works for the government.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
So,
but he does have, all other bad guys
Yes.
trapped on his ship.
Yes. Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah.
I just really thought about it that much, actually.
I wonder... what I wonder is that just shorthand for, the guy who bounties me? Look, we're not all Dog the Bounty Hunter, okay? I don't know the language of bounty hunting.
The lingo.
Yeah, alright? I'm not a bounty hunter genius.
Yeah.
Or is his employer a Lord Zed figure?
Yes. That is the other question, right? Is he part of... Yeah, would it be a bad guy or would it be a good guy that doesn't know that his methods are a bit unorthodox?
Yeah.
Also, would his employee be waiting millions of years
Right?
to pay out the bounty?
Yeah.
Has inflation sort of gone out of control and now that $40,000 is worth 5 cents?
Here's the thing, right? He's had, as far as we know,
Yeah.
all those monsters trapped on his ship
Yes.
since previously.
Yes.
Because there was a whole thing about, like, his engines were out of control, and as soon as they were fixed, he went straight to Earth to vengeance, right?
Yeah.
So, like, surely no one wants those criminals that desperately anymore.
No. And as I said, the money that he's getting for the bounty is probably not a worthwhile amount of money anymore.
Like, today, if you brought in a wanted criminal from the 70s, people would be impressed.
Yes.
But I don't think you're going to make millions of dollars from it.
No. You'd make the $50 bounty that was promised to you.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe that's why he's given up on this whole bounty hunting thing.
Mostly. Gems.
Yeah. Because he knows that at this point there's not really a
market for it.
All he's using is those as, like, an objective value of the monsters.
Yes.
So, okay, lots of stuff happens in space this week.
Yeah.
So he finds out that the Rangers want the purple energem to bond with someone.
Yep.
So he's got a plan. There's one monster on the ship who can pass for human.
Yes.
Which I don't believe to be true. Because wasn't there a monster who could make themselves look like anyone?
Isn't he dead? Oh, they can just bring them back now. Whenever.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Anyway. And they've got that mind control amulet. They could mind control someone into... Anyway. There's one monster who can pass for human.
Yep.
So they'll send that monster down and get that monster to be like, I'm a hero. And then they'll be like, here's the energem. And then it'll be like, hey, I've got the energem.
Yeah, that's the plan.
It sounds like a dumb plan.
Yes.
It works.
It 100% works.
It like 99% works. It doesn't quite play out the way they planned, but it still ends up working out for them anyway.
It works. I mean, it only works basically by accident.
Yes.
But we'll get to that. The problem with this plan is that it's not just a regular monster.
No. It's the solitary confinement monster.
Yeah, which, like, we kept talking about, I hope that comes back. It came back.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
And it's a monster who's a dude.
Yeah. And a monster who has destroyed galaxies.
Yeah.
And to that says, offhandedly, we've all destroyed galaxies.
It does.
Which is the bleakest throwaway line I've ever heard in my life.
Because in the Power Rangers universe, like, alien planets are inhabited.
Yes.
He's admitting to killing billions of people.
Yes. And says it like it's NBD, bro.
But also at the same time, if he's destroyed galaxies, he's fucking useless.
Yes.
Like, he can't kill 6 human teenagers. Why doesn't he just blow up all of Earth and then find the energems in the wreckage?
Yeah. I mean, part of me thinks that maybe he's just, like, shit-talking.
Yeah.
And
who hasn't destroyed a galaxy?
Yeah. And the monster in solitary confinement may have.
Yep.
For reals. But he probably hasn't.
Okay, so this is Heckle.
Yes.
Do you want to describe Heckle?
Oh, boy. He's like a steampunk cosplayer.
Yep.
With weird tattoos.
Yep.
And is super smarmy.
Yeah, so he's got... I can't physically describe him. He's a white dude.
Yes. Which is the important thing to mention here. He's a dude.
Yes.
Which is what we asked for.
It's so weird to see a dude on that spaceship, too.
But awesome, too.
Yeah.
Like, it is as good as I want it to be.
I think, it justifies us wanting that.
Yes.
Even just one dude interacting with them instantly steps everything up a notch.
Yeah, it gives life to the costumes in a way that they didn't really have life before.
Yes.
Because they were all sort of, like, weirdly, broadly gesturing at each other.
Yes.
As soon as there's a guy there making eye contact with them, it suddenly makes it all a lot more real to me.
I agree. So he's got, like, a blue tattoo under his neck.
Yes.
Or, like, under his ear on the side of his neck. There's a blue streak to his hair.
Yep.
And he's got, like, a blue shirt under... He's got some goggles, like a leather jacket.
Yeah.
Fingerless gloves.
It is kind of like steampunk cosplay light.
Yes.
I guess I'd say.
Yeah.
He's a weird-looking dude.
This is interesting to me for a number of reasons. So, the first is that he looks kind of like the bad guy from not from Ghostbusters, but from Go Busters.
Oh, really?
Like, there was a Japanese human bad guy.
Yep.
Who, not exactly the same, but that same kind of, like, fingerless gloves and goggles and, like, hunky look.
bring it
Yeah,
up,
I
please?
can bring that up probably.
That's really interesting. So we know from previous experiences with him that he can make tentacles or is made of tentacles.
I believe so, yes.
We don't see that here.
No.
He keeps his human form. But he does have extremely powerful electricity attacks that he uses to take out some guys on Sledge's ship. Basically just to intimidate everyone.
So, Matt, this is Enter from Go Busters.
Okay.
And you see, it's like...
Vaguely.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
But it's like along the same lines.
Yes.
There's been lots of rumours that this show will use some Go Busters stuff.
Huh.
I suspect that to be someone wrote that on IMDb before the show started, and it's not a thing.
Yep.
Because I think they've got enough Dino Charge footage to make 2 full seasons.
Yes.
But I wonder... The other thing is his neck tattoo looks kind of like the head of... Have you seen any of Dino Thunder?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's a villain in Dino Thunder called Zeltrax, I think.
Right.
Right? Who's like a semi-major bad guy, I think. And in the Dino crossover episode with the Mighty Morphin guys and the Dino Thunder guys, or the Ranger guys anyway, that brings back a new version of Zeltrax and a new version of Goldar as like the representatives to fight those teams.
Yep.
So I wonder if they've got that costume and he's going to have like a monster form.
Yep.
Because that tattoo is quite similar. At the same time, all of his stuff, including his lightning, is an aqua-y shade of blue.
Yeah, it's a very specifically coloured thing. Which
And
is
like-
weird to me.
We don't have an Aqua Ranger yet.
Yes.
Maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I did, when watching it, both his lightning and his hair.
Yes.
Be like, oh, that's definitely specifically Aqua.
Yes.
Which is weird and suspicious.
But also,
How can that be true? Because he's an evil tentacle monster.
I mean, we've got 20 episodes.
Yeah.
But
Can you be a Power Ranger if you're also an evil tentacle monster, even if you become good?
that is the question,
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, like, we've had Astronomer, but Astronomer wasn't evil person becoming good guy. It was good guy becoming evil person, becoming good guy, becoming Power Ranger.
Good guy becoming evil person, becoming good guy, becoming evil person, becoming good guy, becoming Power Ranger.
That's true.
There's a back and forth in the middle there.
Yeah, and you can tell by the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Power Rangers.
I love Power Rangers so much. I love how insane this show is.
Yeah.
And this is such a weird thing to happen in this episode.
Yes.
It's the season finale next episode.
Yes.
I've got to assume that, like, this guy doesn't come back next week.
I could see him coming back at the end of next week.
Yes.
To overthrow Sledge.
Because the end of the episode puts him back in the box, basically. But
The episode also goes to great pains to establish him as a guy that is Fury's equal.
yes.
At least. So
It's-
not Fury.
Sledges, yeah. It's just... If he's just going to, like, come out of the box, go back in the box, come out of the box, why not put this earlier in the season? And it's weird.
Yeah, it's like they hadn't quite figured out what to do until a few episodes ago, maybe. And they're like, well, we should probably start working that in as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, this episode wouldn't have been a lot different without him.
No, not particularly.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's strange.
Because they absolutely could have, if, say, next week, Sledge is defeated, even
Yes.
if not killed.
Yes.
And this guy comes out and he's like, right, cracks his knuckles, my turn.
Yeah.
You could have done that without introducing him.
But I think it works better with him having been introduced.
probably.
And also having established that he has a plan, although we don't really know what that is.
Yeah, sure.
And that his plan is much grander than just getting an energem.
Yeah. So we should move past that at this point.
As
I
best we
think.
can.
He just kills some Viveks and some Spike Balls with his electricity hands.
Yes, because basically Sledge says to him, go down there, regular deal, get me an energem and I'll set you free. And he's like, no, new deal, I get the energy gem and we're partners. I don't work for you anymore. We work together. And Sledge's like, fuck that noise, and tries to put him in his place. And then he just opens all the cages and lets all the monsters out.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, well, this is happening now.
My hope at that point
Yeah.
was that, like, that's it for Sledge.
Yes.
Like, monsters riot,
Yeah.
everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
They deal with the Wish monster, and then next week it's like a disaster.
Yes.
They very quickly just shut the gates on the cages.
Yeah.
But, like...
To me, especially given that they've been good at foreshadowing stuff,
Yeah.
it almost seems like they're kind of foreshadowing.
Oh, yeah.
This is how Sledge gets fucked over, is that the gates open and it's a riot on the spaceship.
Yeah. And I think, given what we know from the end of the episode is probably going to happen next week,
Yes.
I think we're in for some, like, crazy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so back on Earth, Tyler's like, anyone want to go to a picnic? Koda can't because his stomach hurts.
Yeah.
Because his burger was cursed.
It was because of cursed burger.
It contained potassium benzoate, and that's bad.
Yeah.
Ivan has to cover Chase's shift.
Yep.
Because Chase is off sexing it up with a pretty lady.
Yes. Although we'll find out not.
No. So Shelby's like, well, I'll go. And Tyler's like, great, just us. And Shelby's like, that was my wish.
Yeah, it's adorable.
It is a little adorable.
Yeah.
So they go to the park.
Yep.
And they're having a picnic. They have some bubble on a string.
Yep.
They do some bubble on a string.
Well, Tyler does.
Yep. And then it pops in Shelby's eye.
Yep. And it becomes a whole deal.
It is just a bubble.
Yes.
Like...
But getting soap in your eye does really hurt.
Sure, but...
So...
Just a bubble.
Yeah. I mean, she's been punched by monsters.
Yeah. Tyler squirts basically a whole water bottle in her face.
Yes. They recover from that and go to eat the sandwiches that Shelby has prepared. And there's ants all through them and then all on them.
Oh, God, I'm so uncomfortable with this scene.
Oh, you have an ant thing?
No, it's just the shot of, like, Tyler looks down at his sandwich and there's ants crawling all over it is just...
I can tell from the way you're gesticulating.
I'm not happy with that.
That's not a thing for you. Okay. Cool.
So then Shelby's like, talk about a terrible date. And Tyler's like, hold up.
Yeah, like, record scratch, what did you say?
And then he's like, did you just say a date? And Shelby's like, well, you know, when I say a date. And then Tyler's like, no, hold up again. Because right behind you, that's my dad.
Yeah. Sorry, more important record scratch, that's my dad.
We're going to have to record scratch the record scratch. We'll get back to the date thing. I'm interested to hear what you have to say about that.
Yeah,
but
put a pin to that for just a second.
But this one was going on since the first scene of the show.
Yeah.
This one's only been going on since the second episode. So we're going to have to... They're like nested brackets. We've got to finish them in order.
Yeah.
The guy who may or may not be his dad fucking bolts.
He just guns it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
He runs away. Tyler chases him. He's super fast. He runs around a corner. And there's Wish Star.
Ta-da!
I think it's obvious that was Tyler's wish.
Yes. I'm pretty sure he says as much, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah. And I also like that he initially tries to be like, fuck off, Wish Star, I've got to see my dad, and tries to move past him.
Yeah.
And Wish Star's like, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And forces him to fight.
I have, like... When Chase and Koda's wishes happen...
Yes.
Chase doesn't meet, like, a fictional person.
Yes.
He meets an actual girl.
Yes.
Is this Tyler's actual dad?
That was my question, too. Maybe it is.
Is Tyler's actual dad spying on him and then running away really quickly?
Yeah, it's interesting to speculate how this magic system works.
Yes.
Is it just that Tyler's dad had been spying on Tyler for a while and just hadn't been caught?
And the magic makes Tyler wish to see his dad.
Yes.
And
so he knows.
Yes. Or is this not Tyler's dad and it's just like a hallucination?
Yes.
Or...
All of these are good questions. And he doesn't seem especially urgently following that up after this, which is strange.
Yeah.
I hope it's addressed next week, because it's kind of a big deal. Anyway, so he fights Wish Star. He's kind of getting a bit torn up.
Yep.
But then Shelby just walks in and shoots the shit out of him.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Any scene where someone just walks up and he's like, no, fuck that noise.
Bang, bang, bang. Yeah.
Yeah.
She also, like, just does it in an offhand way. Both sort of, like, literally and...
The only thing that would make it better is if it was just colder.
Yeah.
Like, because she, like, runs up frantically and shoots.
Yeah.
And it would just be better if she just, like, strolled up and just...
Like, bam, bam, bam. That's my man. Step off.
I'm worried about the place that we've gone to there. I think this is our wish backfiring.
Okay.
I'm worried about the accent.
Oh, there wasn't, like, a racial accent.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That was a street... Okay.
We can play it back.
Yeah. Alright, so a little unintentional racism, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah. So Tyler's like, that was my wish. What was your wish? Shelby saves a picnic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just make out. There's no real reason for them not to.
It's tough to make the call when you're in that situation. You've got to make the leap.
Sure, no, like, obviously none of them are emotionally ready.
Yes.
We also see, though, in, I think, the next scene or the scene after, Kendall and Ivan chatting about Tyler and Shelby being alone in the park.
Oh, they 100% know.
They're 100% like, those two just need to fucking get on that shit.
Yeah. I like Ivan a lot.
Yeah.
In that one scene, I mean, he calls Chase's new girlfriend the lady of the skateboard.
Yeah.
Which is pretty great.
It's great.
But the sly way he talks about those two
Yeah.
is especially good. He's
It
like,
is.
oh, in the park, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
On a date.
Yeah. You might as well be doing, like, rude hand actions.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty good.
So speaking of, Kendall comes in to
Yes.
the cafe,
Yeah.
which is opening.
Yes.
So she's upset that they still haven't found a Purple Ranger.
Yep.
And I was like, well, even back in my day, not anyone could just be a knight. Like, you couldn't just... we're going to have to find the right person.
Yeah, we can't game the system, I think, is an important lesson here.
Yeah. They chat about Tyler and Shelby. And then Kendall's like, well, what was your wish? And I was like, I wanted to save a damsel in distress. At which point, instantly, another girl who works at the cafe falls off a ladder and into his arms.
Yes. It's pretty good. It's good comedic timing.
It is. And then she's like, oh, you're my hero. And he's like, great, go scrub the grill.
I kind of don't get the beat.
Yeah.
Like, is he just being a dick?
No, I actually feel like the beat is like, he's not gonna, like, exploit that.
Yeah.
It's like, she's just his co-worker.
Yeah.
And that is now just the next thing that he needs done.
Yeah. He's not going to, like, sweep her off her feet romantically, because that's exploiting the situation.
Yeah, she literally just fell into his arms.
Yeah.
It would be weird, as we mentioned earlier, for him to be like, all right, let's do some of that.
Yeah. He seems to take it a little too far in the other direction.
Yeah.
Where he's like, okay, stand up and do work.
All right, you're saved now.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you do your job?
Yeah. If you've got time to lean or fall off ladders, you've got time to clean.
Or fall off ladders. It's got a rhyme. Right, so Kendall has the thought, okay, that's like 4 wishes definitely true.
Yes.
I'm going to go wish for a Purple Ranger.
Yep.
And Ivan's like, not a terrible plan.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Yep.
It isn't a terrible plan if you ignore the fact that she doesn't know that everyone's wishes have backfired.
Except, not everybody's wishes are backfiring. Ivan's wish doesn't backfire.
Yeah, it does. In the next scene, he's hurt his back slightly.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, as far as, backfiring go, it's not as bad as some of the others. It's not as bad as a sandwich full of ants.
No. But it also relating to his back. So it's kind of a almost literal backfire.
Are you proud?
Pretty proud.
You shouldn't be. So Riley's just tapping away at the computer.
Yep.
And there's a strange moaning sound. It's Koda next to him, who's feeling very unwell from his burger.
Yes, still.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Ivan comes down and his back is a bit sore. And Chase comes in and his girl broke his heart. And then his skateboard.
Yeah, and that's a pretty crushing moment for him.
Yeah.
Like when he holds his skateboard, which he's had since episode 1 up, and it is snapped in half, that's rough.
I hope they repair it.
Yeah.
Or he gets a cool new one with a dinosaur on it.
It seems like the greater the wish, the more it kind of backfires. Because
Yes.
Koda, like, gets a burger and then has a bit of a tummy ache. Ivan, like, you know,
just wants to help someone.
Yeah.
And that's something that he does all the time anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know.
whereas Chase tried to make someone fall in love with him in magic and was punished accordingly.
Yeah.
And exactly the same with Shelby, right? Like,
Yeah.
she was basically trying to make love happen, and then she got ants. Because that's how you get ants.
That is how you get ants. So Riley kind of has the thought, well, okay, that's... Right. These wishes are cursed.
Yes.
Which is a big leap for someone who didn't believe in wishes 12 hours ago to go straight to, oh, okay, the wishes are real and cursed.
But the wishes are quite obviously cursed.
Real and cursed, yes,
Yeah.
I'm with you there. For some reason, they don't just call Kendall.
Yeah, that is a weird one, right?
They've got, like, mobile phone communicators.
Yes, that are 8 times larger than a real mobile phone.
And probably phones as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she has already made a wish. They run after her. They are all yelling.
Stop.
It's too late. She's already made the wish.
Yes.
And then she puts it in the box. And then she walks in front of a truck.
Yeah. Whoa. Like, this could have gone a lot worse.
I did have just enough time for the brief moment to be, if that's how this backfires.
Yeah, that's dark.
Yeah. No, she's saved by a mysterious man with an aqua streak in his hair and fingerless gloves.
Yeah. Thank God the monkey's paw wasn't that it is actually the Aqua Ranger who saves her, but he's just a fraction too late and she gets hit by a car. And, like, his way of saving her is to comfort her as she dies.
Oh, boy. You should not write for this show, Matt. Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, this
It's
is
not
very
even in a
risky.
season finale.
Close enough.
She says to him, this may sound strange, but there's something I'd like you to hold for me.
Yeah.
Which is, in any other situation, a direct sexual harassment lawsuit. If you went up and said that to any person on the street... I mean, I almost want to go out and try it to the first person who walks up this street.
Don't do it. You'll get slapped at best.
I know, it would be good podcast material if we had the microphones.
Oh, no, don't do it. It's not worth humiliating a person other than you.
Slightly better for a girl to say it.
Yeah.
Slightly. But, so she's like, here's the Energem. And he's like, yeah, got the fucking Energem. They're instantly attacked by Wish Star.
Yes. To the point that he actually loses the Energem because they're attacked.
Yes.
Yep.
It flies away. Wish Star grabs it.
Yep.
And Heckle, his hand glows?
Yes. It looks like Heckle is just about to fire at Wish Star.
Yeah.
To take it back, but then it decides not to blow his cover, basically.
Yeah, the decision he makes is like, I've got a plan. It's not worth blowing that plan
to maybe get the Energem.
to get one Energem.
Yeah, and that's not even a guaranteed hit because now the Rangers would know and don't have to fight them.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Which I guess is fair enough.
Oh, it's a good judgment call.
Yeah.
Like, it's the smartest decision a villain has made on this show so far.
Yeah. So Wish Star has the Energem.
Yep.
And he's like, right, I got the Energem. Fury comes up. He's got a card. He's written explode on it. He throws it. He explodes.
Can I just say, I think Fury's going to have to go up just a little bit
Yeah,
on the creature feature.
definitely.
Because that is badass.
Yeah. It's just... the show did not have to have him use Wish Star's wishing card against him.
No.
He could have just used one of his many explosion-causing attacks.
Yes.
But it's just... It's a nice little thing for him to do.
Yes.
Especially because this isn't a monster working with him. This is a monster that hit him with a card before.
Yes.
It's
he's
petty
getting revenge.
and, like, human.
Yes.
It's nice.
And also, the card saying explode specifically, it's really good.
So Fury grabs the Energem, and he's like, right, done, I'm off. And Wish Star's like, well, okay, I don't have the Energem, but I could kill all the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And that would be good. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. The Rangers morph and Dino Steel.
Yep.
They fight.
Oh, they run at him first.
They run at him, and he has a fall card that causes them to trip multiple times.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like... It's a pretty cool power.
Yes.
It reminds me of, and I so long ago and I only read a bit of it, but I think it was Preacher. There's a character in there who basically spoke with the word of God, so anything he said would happen.
Yes.
And someone puts a gun to his head and is like, look, you're not going to have time to say, put your gun away, I'm going to blow your brains out, you're fucked. And he just says, miss.
Yep.
And they miss despite the fact that they have the gun to his head. It's cool. It's a cool conceit, is what I'm saying.
It's not really because of all the other stuff that happens in this episode.
Yeah, it's not fulfilled in the way that it could be.
Yeah, if this was a solo Wish Star episode,
Yeah.
we could have had maybe 1 or 2 more scenes of him doing stuff
Really
like
cool
that.
stuff. Yeah.
But we just don't get it.
No.
And that's okay, but it's just a little...
I mean, the stuff that we do get is still kind of cool.
Yeah, like Ivan attacks him with his sword, he's in the air,
Yeah.
and he throws a miss card,
Yeah.
and Ivan just comes down next to him.
Yeah.
It's just...
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's a pity that he sounds exactly like all the other monsters.
Yep.
Because he has such a cool power, but as a character, he's just kind of one note.
Yeah. And at this point, he runs out of wish cards.
Yes.
Which seems like an unfortunate oversight because he's only used like 3, so he must have known going in.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know how many Fury took. Maybe all of them.
Wouldn't it be good if, even if he doesn't come back, there's a stack of wish cards somewhere?
I was just about to say, Fury has wish cards. Wouldn't it be pretty cool if Fury just started using wish cards?
Yeah, in the same way that we've seen that mind control amulet be saved. If at some point Fury's like, fuck it, I'm grabbing all the stuff.
Oh, God, that'd be so good. He walks into the armory and comes out with the wish cards and the amulet and just a big sword.
Yeah.
It's like, let's do it. I'm so tired of fucking around. Let's make it happen.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
Alright, so they basically just combine all their weapons and blow the shit out of Wish Star.
Yeah, twice. So, at first they make 3 parts of the Dino Steel thing.
Yeah, a 3 and a 2.
Yeah.
Like the front and the back.
And use that. And then they make the full Dino Steel thing, plus the Xandar blade comes down and gets fucked up by that as well.
Yeah.
He just gets properly demolished. In a way that it's kind of seeming punitive at the moment.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the season, the Rangers are just slicing through the monsters like butter now.
Yep.
And it kind of almost seems mean.
I mean, I like it a little because, they do keep getting better stuff, and they should be getting better at just taking care of regular monsters.
Yes, I agree with that.
It kind of makes sense that they're like, right, we're not going to mess around with punching him for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we can just blow the shit out.
We've got a big drill, skateboard, sword thing.
Yeah.
Let's just take care of him.
Yeah.
You know what I love about the Magna Beam? The button.
Yeah.
It having a button
It's very physical.
somehow it just
Because slamming your fist down on that thing, I imagine for him feels great, and by extension makes me feel great.
yeah, it's like, Rita had her staff and Lord Zed had his bombs.
Yeah.
But they were just like, that didn't make a lot of sense because you can't always see the moon and
it's not super immediate, because
No.
it involves them throwing something several thousand kilometres.
yeah, but basically how this works is we watch the monster explode.
Yeah.
We cut straight to Sledge. He whacks the button.
Yeah.
And then giant monster.
Yes.
It's a good
It's very
setup.
kinetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they form the version of the Megazord that's got the graphite wrecking ball.
Yep.
And the blue hammer.
Yes.
And this has got a name that's like Paki Ankelo. It's the beat shit up formation,
Yeah.
right? It's
The
not
wreck shit.
There's one with 2 guns and there's one with a sword and a shield.
Yeah.
This is the pounded until it's dead formation.
Yeah.
And it's good.
Yeah, it is good. And there again, they don't mess around. They just beat the shit out of him.
Yep, and there's a bit where there's some Vivazords, and then the Terrazord is like lightning,
Yeah,
and he's
it's not even a problem.
just attack them.
Yeah.
Done, job done.
Yep.
A little light on, and I wish he'd done a Megazord wish card,
Yes.
but he might come back. I'm not too worried about that.
Yep.
In space, holy shit! From here on out, this episode goes kind of nuts.
It definitely steps on the pedal very suddenly.
Yeah, so Sledge has got the Energem.
Yes.
Fury gave it to him. And Wrench is like, well, I put it in this gun, so this is now like a super gun.
Yes.
And Hegel's there, And he's like, well, I got you the Energem, so we're partners. So she's like, no, actually.
Yeah, hang on.
I had 3 dudes down there, and you're really the only one who didn't get me the Energem.
Yeah, you did not contribute.
So you're going to go back to solitary.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm not. So he lightning, Sledge uses his gun.
Yep.
Sledge's gun is more powerful than the lightning.
I don't know that that's actually true. I think they're equally as powerful because they both get knocked back.
Sure.
It's just that because Heckle is in front of his cage.
Which was a poor planning on his part.
Yes. He gets knocked back into solitary confinement and so gets knocked back a few feet, which is of no consequence.
Yes. And then they slam the door shut on solitary. And
Yes. And Heckle says, I'm not going to let that pass.
I'm coming back, kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, I am returning as a villain.
Wrench also mentions that one shot from the gun could blow a hole in the ship.
Yes.
Which feels, like a nice baseline for how strong those two things are.
Yes.
And something that's going to happen next week.
Yes.
I hope it does.
Yeah, if the ship crashes and the new base of the villains is the crashed ship, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That
or
is-
they find some other base somewhere else and, we just see them crawling out of the wreckage of the ship.
What I want it to be is crashed in a volcano. Did you ever watch Beast Wars?
Yeah.
The Predacons had their ship that was just crashed in a volcano.
Yep.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool. Alright, so back in the base, Keeper says some shit about wishes and...
Keeper.
Every time! His mouth does move.
It does, I did notice that.
A little.
And definitely not in sync with the words.
I mean, why is Keeper not just a cool old Maori dude with some makeup?
Yeah.
Why is he at all, really?
He just brings the tone of the episode screeching to a halt.
It's because all he ever does is express the moral of the episode.
Yes.
And I mean, in some ways it's actually really good because there's one character that we cannot like to do that.
Yes.
Instead of everyone else having to shoulder that burden.
Yes.
But also, just give it a rest, dude.
Just his voice. It's so, monotone and droning, and it's, it just depresses me every time he comes out.
Yeah. So, then they make a logical leap.
Yes.
Did you track this?
Well-
Someone says to Riley something like, how are you going to fight him? With logic? And Riley's like, I've had a logical idea.
Yeah.
So the logical idea is, whenever Sledge comes down, or sends someone down, he expects the Power Rangers to be like, right, we're going to fight it off. So the Power Rangers are forced to be reactionary.
Yes.
So to beat him properly, they have to do something unexpected. The only place that Sledge won't expect them is on his spaceship.
Yes. I follow the logic fine. What I don't follow is why they haven't had that idea like we have had that idea many times in the past.
I mean, I guess you could argue that now it's urgent because he has an Energem.
Yeah, that's fine. But there was still no reason to not do it before.
No.
Especially with their new space sword.
Yeah, right.
Remember that?
And are they going to go... In my head, my first thought was that they go up stealthily.
Yes.
But how?
Yeah.
How?
You can't sneak into space.
All the things that they've got that go to space are giant humanoid robots.
Yes. That's not going to work.
So, do they go to his spaceship next week?
I think so.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
But what?
Yeah. I mean, they've got the set, right?
Yeah. But, oh my... Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they could potentially...
Okay, do you want to follow that thought through for the rest of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
They fight a monster, and they lose, and they get taken as prisoners up to through Sledge's ship, because they have ships that take them back to the main ship. And they get thrown in prison, and they're like, surprise, it was part of the plan.
I have an alternate question.
Yes.
Keeper can teleport.
Yeah.
Can they just go up there?
No.
Couldn't they just teleport a bomb there?
No, Keeper can't teleport anyone usefully.
Okay.
He can only do it when... I think it's just him.
Right.
Because anyone else, would be useful, and we'd like him for it.
I'm like...
Yeah, that is a big thing to end the episode with.
I'm nervous, I think. Like, to tie it back into something we discussed, this was the penultimate episode of Doctor Who this season.
Yes.
I'm pumped for that season finale, right?
Yes.
Like, after the events of the episode, I want to know exactly what happens.
Yes.
This is making me nervous in that, like, I don't know if this show can pull off them going to space next week.
But I am super ready to give them a chance. I'm
Oh,
cautiously
yeah.
optimistic.
What?
Like, I am properly frightened about this Christmas special now. I'm starting to think that maybe we should hold off and wait on watching it.
Yeah.
Because there's no way this can fit in between these two episodes in continuity and not be weird.
No.
It's not like, let's go to the ship and take the fight to him. But first Christmas.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, you wouldn't want to ruin Christmas.
I just don't think that's going to work.
I might see if I can poke around on the internet and see if there's anyone who's seen the Christmas special.
Yeah, and ask them.
And ask them. Because, yeah, I don't want to spoil the ending of the season. And also, we've got enough weeks before Christmas that we can do the episode then.
Yes.
So, well, let's leave that until next week. And we'll tell you guys on Facebook and Twitter if it's going to be next or after.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt, let's do the creature feature this week.
Let's do it.
Let's start with Wishstar.
Yes.
He was pretty good.
Yeah, super awesome power, not an awesome character.
No, I'd agree there. So, I mean, in kind of similar levels to that, I would say Duplicon, who was the one who could create duplicates.
Yeah.
I think he was cooler than Duplicon.
I think so.
Slammer, I like him more. I feel like Slammer's quite high position on the list is Inertia.
Yeah. Yeah, I think too, I would even say he's better than Cavity.
Yeah.
But I don't know about Bones.
Bones was the one who took their backbone, right?
Yeah.
That was a cool gimmick and he was an interesting character.
Yeah, I think
kind
that's the
of.
difference in that he was a little more integral to the episode than
Yes.
Wishstar was.
What about between Bones and Cavity?
I think that's the place.
Number
for him.
7's a good place.
It is, yeah.
And if he comes back, he could be this show's pumpkin wrapper.
Yes.
Fury.
Yeah, I think he needs to go up.
Yeah, at the moment he's sitting below Sledge.
Yes. To be honest, a little inclined to move Sledge up as well.
I'd agree as well. I think the last couple of episodes have been good to him.
Yeah, and especially the way this episode ended, he really reasserted himself as a pretty badass motherfucker.
Yeah, it would not have been weird for the show to have like, we beat Sledge. Not we, but Heckle beats Sledge.
Yeah.
Sledge is not a concern for a while.
Yeah.
But instead he takes command back.
Yes. Yeah, he doesn't buckle.
Okay, so how far up would you move Sledge, do you think?
Kind of probably around Poisandra levels.
Yeah, he doesn't have a gimmick yet.
Yeah.
Other than he's kind of like the Godfather.
Yeah. But, like, Poisandra kind of doesn't as well.
Yes.
To be honest.
Is he better than Stingrage? Who made people angry with his stingers?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Is he better than Duplicon?
Yeah, I almost feel like above Duplicon but below Slammer.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But if he has a good week next week,
Yeah.
I'd be happy to bump him up further.
Yeah.
Is Fury higher than Poisandra now? He had a couple of really bum weeks.
Yeah. But Poisandra has also not done anything.
No, that's
She's
true.
kind of taken the opposite path of just maintaining a level of mediocrity.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Maybe below Poisandra for now.
Yeah, but he
And
might
then-
earn the right to go up a bit.
Yeah, Fury could definitely have a good couple of weeks next year or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, we never saw this level of movement on MMPR.
No, Goldar was always the worst.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, one other thing to do.
Yeah.
The third last week of Fantasy Zordon.
Yeah, this definitely didn't go as well for me as I was hoping.
No. But I think, interestingly, we were talking, last week, we're pretty close to even.
Yep.
And I think we had a pretty close to even week this week as well.
Yeah, almost. I kind of screwed up my score over a little bit.
You did, Matt. We'll talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be close with 2 episodes to go.
Yeah. So I'll start.
Okay.
Riley got 4 points for forming part of a combination weapon, as did everybody.
Yep.
Because they made those 2 variants of the spiky thing.
Yep.
And everyone also got 4 points for entering both Dino Drive and Dino Steel.
Yep.
So I also had down everyone except Riley learned a valuable lesson.
Yes.
Which I said to Michael was the case because everybody learned that you can't just wish for things, you have to try very hard.
Yeah.
And I think this is cemented as a valuable lesson because Keeper is trotted out to say it.
Yeah, yeah. He comes out and says, guys, you can't just wish for stuff. And everyone's like, yeah, shut up, Keeper. We all know that.
Unfortunately for me, Riley is too cool and already knew.
Yeah, he's too into science to wish for shit.
Yeah. So, he did not get that. So that means that I had Riley on 8.
Yeah.
And Koda on 11, who had the exact same things as Riley, plus the valuable lesson.
All right.
Then I obviously had my 2 Rangers who didn't appear in the episode.
Yeah.
But the Graphite Ranger's Zord was part of Megazord formation.
Yeah.
Giving him 2 points.
Okay.
So that was 8 for Riley.
Yep.
11 for Koda. 4 for Graphite Ranger. And
whose name is?
Prince Man. Rich person.
Close enough.
And 2 points for the Purple Ranger.
Whose name is?
We don't know yet.
Good, you caught my trap.
Aha! Trap catcher. That's 25 points to me in total.
Okay. Alright, so Chase and Shelby both scored the same 11 points that Koda did.
Yep.
Because they all formed the combination weapon, the power-up mode, and learned a valuable lesson.
Yep.
My Silver Ranger, who we haven't seen any hint of at all, just 2 points for not appearing. And we got the Aqua Zord, and the Aqua Ranger didn't appear, so that's 4 points for them.
Yep.
So that was 28 points for me.
Yes.
So, Matt.
Yes.
The field, as it stands with 2 episodes left, ranges from 313 points to 342 points.
Right.
And as always, we are pretty close to the middle.
Yep.
You're on 326.
Yep.
And I'm on 331.
Ooh.
5 points is not a lot.
No.
In this game.
I'm really relying on this Purple Ranger to show up in the last episode and do something cool.
That would be very helpful. I guess if they use that purple Megazord to go to space, that could be a bonus for you.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It's going to be very close.
It really is.
And I find that very exciting.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, to be honest. This is my first shot at winning something on the podcast.
Okay, so we may or may not do the Christmas special next week when it airs.
Yes.
Maybe if one of you guys watches it, you can send us an email on, the day after it comes out, maybe.
Yeah.
And let us know if it spoils anything or if it's safe. I might do some poking around on the internet and try not to be spoiled myself, but I'm okay if I'm a little spoiled for a Christmas special.
Yep.
If not, there's one episode of this show proper left.
Yeah.
We're very close to the end.
We are. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I guess next week we're going to space.
Well, no, not next week.
No,
next week would be the Christmas special.
That's right. In 2 weeks we're going to space.
Yeah. So,
space.
Yeah, so that'll either be Race to Rescue Christmas next week. I hope Santa's in it. I hope they meet Santa.
Yeah. You got to meet Santa.
I want Koda to meet Santa so badly.
Oh.
Even the idea of Koda celebrating Christmas.
Yes. It's all I want.
Yeah.
If I can just have that for 22 minutes, I don't really need monsters.
A Christmas monster. I'm very excited about a Dino Charge Christmas special.
Yeah, if there's any character that I want to experience Christmas and meet Santa, it's Koda.
Right?
In all of fiction, probably.
The idea of just Koda chatting with Santa.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we may be back next week.
Yep.
If not, we'll be back in 2 weeks. As always, Mighty Morphin on the weekends. We're about to start Season 3 very soon.
Yep.
So that's very exciting. We will see you guys then.
Yeah. Bye, guys. This is the podcast where we're holding out for a hero till the end of the night. But he's got to be fast. Fucked it up.